May we bow our heads for prayer? Could we? Let us pray. Wherefore, seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witness, let us lay aside every weight of sin which doth easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, we ask you to guide the nations of the world into the way of justice, truth, and love. Father, strengthen the faithful, arouse the careless, and restore the penitent. Grant to us all things necessary for our common life. Bring us all to be of one heart, one mind. Teach us, O God, in all things to seek first your honor and your glory. For without you, O God, we can do nothing. Father, guide us to perceive what is right. Grant us the courage and the strength, O God, to pursue and the grace to accomplish. Take away from your people, O God, all hatred, prejudice, whatever may hinder our union. We ask you to bless the leaders of our land, Jamaica, that, Father, we may have people at peace among ourselves and a blessing to the nations of the world. To our Prime Minister, members of the Cabinet, leader of the opposition, and all in administrative authority, grant wisdom and grace in the exercise of their duties. Father, give new insight into your purpose for the human race, a determination in making the right decisions, right provision for the future of our nation in accordance with your will. To the members of the Senate, House of Assembly, those who make laws on our behalf, guide them, O God, in all that they will do. Come to us as a nation in your understanding when all around us seem dark and uncertain, when our faith is low and we cannot feel you near us. Come to us, Jesus, as you came to your disciples in the darkest hour of the night. Father, finally, teach your people to rely on your strength and to accept their responsibility that we may serve you faithfully. Take charge, dear God, be our guardian and guide as we put this forum into your hands. Lead us and strengthen us. Give us the encouragement that we need through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Hutchinson. We will now ask His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Levan Freeman, to come and give the welcome and opening remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson, Mrs. Rose Bryan, Honorable Costas Makiti, Minister Noel Ascott, Minister Guy, Minister Fagan, MPs Dr. Green and Silvera, other distinguished guests on the platform, Minister Folks, other distinguished guests on the platform, agencies represented, principals and teachers, members of the security force, press, citizens of St. Mary, and other visitors to our parish, good afternoon. I must say I take it and appreciate the task that has been given to me to welcome persons to this forum. When I heard that St. Mary will be the beneficiary of this forum, I welcome it on behalf of the council because I know St. Mary is a blessed parish and we have undergone some disaster in terms of Sandy and consequent flooding. But being the resilient persons we are trying to overcome. So we ask for the support of the various ministries and agencies to help keep us on our way. We appreciate things that have been done in the parish, such as Westmoreland Bridge, Nashville Housing Project, the various investment by Jamaica Social Investment Fund, to name just two, Mount Vernon River Training and a storage facility for farmers in Anata Bay. But I must say on behalf of the citizens of St. Mary, we still need help. St. Mary is basically an agricultural parish, and we think in St. Mary that more emphasis needs to be placed in agriculture. Because, believe it or not, I am of the view that to build a parish, hence a nation, you have to be able to feed yourself. There is also some issues that we have and we need assistance with, such as upgrading of roads, especially interior roads and the farm roads. We also ask that for Port Maria, the citizens are very fearful as we speak whenever it rains. We ask that special consideration be given to the dredging of the Outram River and hence other river training activities. And my minister and also the MP for that constituency, I ask that some action be taken before the hurricane season sets in. So, working within the time frame, I want to welcome everyone present and do hope that we have a fruitful and successful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Freeman. With us this afternoon is the President of the Parish Development Committee. When we talk about governance and local government reform, we remember the voice of the citizens, the voice of civil society, and that umbrella group called the Parish Development Committee. And so Mr. Samuel Campbell, who was recently elected as chair of the St. Mary Parish Development Committee, will come and bring brief greetings. Please welcome him.
Good afternoon, everyone. Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Jean Rose Bryan, SDC Parish Manager, Reverend Seymour Hutchison, Honorable Costas, Mr. Jeff McKetty, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Levan Freeman, Dr. Maurice Guy, MP Central St. Mary, Honorable Noel R. Scott, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Dr. Dwayne Vernon, Executive Director of Social Development Commission, other members of Parliament sitting on the platform, distinguished guests, all. I bring you greetings on behalf of the St. Mary Parish Development Committee. The Parish Development Committee is a decision-influencing body established as part of the local government reform process with the aim of strengthening democracy at the local level. Over the last 3 years, the PDC has been focusing primarily on environmental issues, youth opportunities, and trainings, that's skills training and entrepreneurship. Our main focus this year is environmental project. That is the plastic bottle recovery project funded by the EFJ. The PDC will be seeking to further funding to do the actual shredding and recycling of the plastic bottles in the parish. It is our knowledge, information received that these bottles, when they are properly processed, it can be used in the making of yam sticks and lumber. Hence, we believe this is a very interesting project, and we intend to continue. The bottles are being gathered around as I speak, and in a short while, they will be collected. The Parish Development Committee meets at Portmore Civic Center every second Thursday of each month. All are invited to come and join. We meet at 3 p.m. Representatives from community groups, private and public sector are invited to come and participate in the process for development of our beloved parish, St. Mary. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Campbell. With us also is the Member of Parliament for Central St. Mary, the Honorable Dr. Maurice Guy, who will now come and bring greetings. Please welcome him.
Madam Chairperson, Mrs. Jeanette Rose Bryan, Honorable Custos, Mr. Jeffrey McKitty, colleague ministers of government, Your Worship the Mayor and councillors of the St. Mary Parish Council, heads of agencies, stakeholders, my fellow citizens, good afternoon. Indeed, though I'm down here to bring greetings, I too want to welcome you to not only Highgate or Central St. Mary, but indeed St. Mary, and to my alma mater, St. Mary High School. Truth is that it's both the mayors and myself. But indeed, I want to say to the citizens of St. Mary that we do welcome the parish forum being assigned or held in St. Mary at this time. There are many issues that confront the country, some local, a significant amount national. But it is when us as citizens have the opportunity to be involved in the decision making by giving suggestions, asking questions, and giving the answers, we as a country can be more informed. Therefore, a forum such as this is critical in ensuring that as citizens at the local level, we are in sync with what happens at the national level. It is for that and for many other reasons that the people of St. Mary welcome our participation and hence our contribution to the development of policy, to the actualization of some of the wishes of the people of St. Mary. Because indeed, although we are one of the smaller parishes, we are one of the significant ones. And government has heard and decided to come on the local ground and listen to us. So, on your behalf, I want to welcome Minister Ascott and his team, the SDC, and all the government agencies and ministries that are here this afternoon. It is my wish that at the end of this consultation, that we, the citizens of St. Mary, will be better informed, and those of us who sit at the seat of government will take on some of your ideas and consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Guy. You know, St. Mary people, to me, you feel kind of stiff, eh? Let us give everybody another round of applause and loosen up, please. Because we're here this afternoon to have some conversations that will deal with our development. And we don't want to be stiff and so on. We want to know that the Parish Forum is here and we're happy and we're relaxed and we're going to be having a great time. Now, with us is the Executive Director of the Social Development Commission. His name is Dr. Dwayne Vernon. Please give him a good sound St. Mary welcome.
Thanks, Mrs. Rose Bryan, Master of Ceremonies. Honorable Custos, His Worship the Mayor, Honorable Noel R. Scott. Is that a picture? I'm posing for a picture, sorry. Thank you. Honorable Minister Noel R. Scott. Certainly, all the honorable ministers on the platform, staff of the JIS, heads of other agencies, staff of the Social Development Commission, members of the audience, good afternoon. I have 4 quick things to do this afternoon. One is to talk about the objectives of the forum, which there are 2 objectives. One is to have the government present a slew of programs and projects or activities and our decisions that have taken place that will impact on the lives of, on all our lives, and the lives of Jamaican people. Second one is to present a government that is approachable, accessible, and certainly, I said approachable, accessible, accountable. And that is why we are here. And if we have been following the series that's been taking place, today is the 5th. I'm correct, right? Today is the 5th one, and they have all been well attended. They have all been supported by the community groups, and the government ministers have all responded to the issues that have been raised. So I would like to use the opportunity just to, on behalf of all the other parishes that have taken place so far, to applaud the government for actually being approachable, accessible, and accountable. The second thing I would like to do is just quickly speak to this, what the Social Development Commission is all about, because I'm looking at the audience and I can tell that I might not necessarily be in the average age cohort. I won't say whether I'm above or below, but a number of persons have different expectations of the Social Development Commission, because of course we're coming from 1937 from Jamaica Social Welfare, and we have grown through the years. But what we are now, we are more focused on an empowerment approach, because we believe that it takes everybody for Jamaica to move forward. So we have to build the capacity of the community groups to be able to interface with the state in order for us to move. We believe in an assets-based approach. There is a resource in each community that can be utilized by everyone to help move the country forward. It is not just about what the government can do for you. I am not going with the US term. I will just stop at that. So it's about what we as Jamaicans can also do for ourselves. But we have to unlock the potential of every Jamaican. So the SDC believes in building a strong governance framework at the community level, which means attending citizen associations, going to your community development committee meetings, getting involved in decision making. Because for the government to interface with the community, there has to be a mechanism that can allow for that. And that mechanism is the community governance structure at the civil society level. So please get involved. We believe that decisions to impact on development must be informed by empirical information for the most part, which is why we undertake community profiles. What exactly is in our community? What are the issues that face our community persons? And with that, then in an organized group, we can certainly identify the priorities that we need to focus on and ensure that each community has an appropriate strategy that can lead it to a better path where community persons can have a better quality of life. So that is what the SDC is focused on. Not necessarily what a number of persons would have expected from the past. Those things are still important, but we believe more in building the capacity of community persons to take on development. Thirdly, I just want to point out a number of things that we have been doing, some what I would consider priority projects at this time. One certainly is we have launched a governance capacity fund, which targets the community development committees, the parish development committees, and the development area committees. It's a maximum of 100,000 to each successful applicant to allow you to undertake activities that will further enhance your capacities. So please, it's not to undertake a small project or to do a cleaning project. It is activities that will further enhance your capacity. We're also strong on supporting interagency networks because we believe that one of the problems affecting us is that we have been tripping over ourselves and we need to work in a more collaborative way to ensure that we maximize on the scarce resources that we have. So we're trying at the local level to get agencies to work together in a more collaborative way, what support we can give each other. I will talk about the ever-famous community cricket competition for the very fact that this year 15% of any monies that a team will win must go to a community project. And if you were watching television, you would have seen a project recently done in Racecourse where the team that won donated a 1,000-gallon tank to the primary, is the primary school, right, Minister? To the primary school. And when the principal was speaking, the principal mentioned that there have been times when they would have had to close school because there was no water. So can you imagine the impact of that tank? So in that competition, there will be parish winners, 3 winners in each parish, first, second, and third. So if you look at the 15% of all the monies, in each community, we can start to move some areas. There are other initiatives, but in the interest of time, I will just do the 4th thing that I'm here to do, which is to introduce the Honorable Minister. So the Honorable Noel Arscott, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, a graduate of a graduate of Vere Technical High School, attended the University of the West Indies. He has skills in many areas, including community development and planning, technology-based, agro-processing. He's also an avid sportsman, I gather. And he's here this afternoon. With sport? He's here this afternoon to talk more about the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and what, again, also this forum is about. So without further ado, Minister Noel Arscott.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vernon. Minister Guy, I was trying to find out what sport I was good at. Anyway, I told him, but there's a response. Madam Chair, Mrs. Jeanette Rose Bryan, Chairman of the Social Development, Parish Manager of the Social Development Commission, Reverend Hutchinson, Honorable Jeffrey McKitty, Costas of St. Mary, my fellow colleagues, 3 members of Parliament from St. Mary, Minister Guy, Mr. Silvera from Southwest, from West. How could I miss that? West, I'm very familiar with West. I spent a lot of time working in Western St. Mary. Mr. Green from Southeast. Minister Colin Fagan, Minister of State and the Ministry of Youth, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, and one lady among us, Minister Folks Abrams in the Ministry of Industry, Investment, and Commerce. His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Freeman, Lieutenant Colonel Johnson, Principal of the school, Chairman of the Social Development Commission, Mr. Paul Burke, Mr. Sam Campbell, Chairman of the Parish Development Committee, Councillors, I see the Chairman of the NSWMA, Mr. Steve Ashley, Chairman and members of the Development Areas Committee, right across St. Mary, Justice of the Peace, and members of the Lay Magistrate Association, members of the Port Maria and Highgate Ministers Fraternal, and other ministers of religion across the parish, members of the business sector, principals and vice principals and school administrators, Parent Teachers Association, and the leaders of the youth organization, service club members, and other distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you all. I want to say that I'm happy to be back in St. Mary. I know I had some very wonderful experiences working in Western St. Mary with Member of Parliament Silvera and other teams in Western St. Mary. Let me welcome you all to this fifth in a series of events like these that the government is taking to the various communities right across the country to really facilitate you, the people, and members of the community to interface with us, to answer questions, to hear from us, and to be part of the governance structure of the country. We believe that it is not good enough just to be elected once every 5 years or so, and we just sit one side in Kingston and pass laws to govern the country. We believe the time has come for the government to go out to the community to get the feedback, because in the end, the policies that we pass will affect you all. And therefore, we expect your full participation as we go forward in this function this afternoon. St. Mary is a very rich parish, certainly rich in cultural heritage. And I will come about and tell you now something even about the riches of St. Mary that you probably don't realize. I've always been impressed with St. Mary, particularly with its rich cultural heritage and its propensity to produce and inspire some of Jamaica's top musical artists, such as Beres Hammond, Aini Kamosi Capleton, Lady Saw, Ninja Man, Sizzler, Tanya Stevens, all product of St. Mary. And I'm sure I left out some more. Yeah, many, many more. And these artists and cultural icons not only spread their talent across Jamaica, but indeed spread their talent across the world. So therefore, if you have an idea of just how much is generated from that simple cultural activity alone, indeed St. Mary has to be classified as one of the rich parishes in Jamaica. In addition, you boast some of the top athletes, prominent Olympians, Aileen Bailey, Beverly McDonald, notable authors such as internationally renowned Ian Fleming, Perry Hensel, and Noel Coward, who call this beautiful parish their home. I want to say to you that St. Mary actually boasts most of the tourist resorts and attractions which your neighbor Ocherius claim to boast. Many persons say they are going to Ochi, and it can be anywhere from Whitewater to Rockabessa. Entire stretch, White River. The entire stretch is classified as Ochi. So indeed, let us understand that tourism is a significant contributor to the Jamaican economy, and a significant part of it is generated right here in St. Mary. I want to speak about the issue of local government reform. And it has been on the lips of Jamaicans for more than 20 years now. And each administration from time to time, various degrees of enthusiasm. Speaking about local government reform, and I can tell you that the Prime Minister, who also was a councillor, and who also was Minister of Local Government, has mandated us to move forward on the reform agenda for local government reform. I want to explain to you some of the aspects of the local government reform process. Let me pause to welcome Minister of Finance, Honorable Dr. Peter Phillips. So speaking about local government reform, it's one thing to speak about the local government reform, but we need to move them into law. In previous times, various governments have dissolved various local government councils, and mandated by us in our manifesto and also by the Prime Minister is to ensure that this never happens again. So, we have a proposal to look at the entrenchment of local government in the Constitution of Jamaica. The matter is now with the Minister of Justice, and we expect to have some movement on the entrenchment of local government in our Constitution. Certainly we were hoping in the 50th year of our anniversary. The legislative agenda is tight, but I'm pressing and I hope that we can get support to ensure that we get that aspect, that when the anniversary of the 50th anniversary of Jamaica's celebration is wound up, we could be at least able to announce that the entrenchment of local government is well underway. We also have the 3 strategic laws: Local Government Financing, Financial Management Act, and the Local Government Unified Services Act. All of these have been discussed extensively right across Jamaica, and all of them have been put in a format that they are now with the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General's chambers for further ratification, so we can proceed to take them to Cabinet and then on to Parliament. It's indeed a long process to get these laws established, but once it is done, we are confident that it will make local governance significant in the day-to-day lives of the people, of the communities. We all know that local government, the councillors in fact, are usually the first call in any situation whatsoever. And the mayor will agree with me, if somebody in his community is ready to have a baby, you're going to call on him for some assistance. Likewise, when it comes to the back-to-school program, likewise when it comes to having to go to the hospital, it is all part and parcel of the life of. We'll have to pause, when you hear that sound, we know what is happening. So we're going to just wait a little bit until the Prime Minister gets inside. Okay. All right. I wonder if I can get your attention while the Prime Minister is speaking to those persons outside. Let us see if we can get some attention inside to at least have our things to a point. I better look outside. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller, welcome to St. Mary. Okay, thank you very much. Be seated. All right. One more round of applause for the People's Prime Minister. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are pushing full speed ahead with the local economic development program, which is being designed to stimulate small and medium-scale businesses in communities. The local authority will serve as the hub for these entities. The ministry, in association with the United Nations Development Program, continues to work on the enhancing civil society partnership in local governance for community safety. The project of which St. Mary is a pilot. The focus is on empowering citizens and the local authority to effectively partner with the security and emergency responders to increase citizens' safety and security across all parishes. I'm relying on Mayor Freeman, the councillors of the St. Mary Parish Council, the Secretary Manager, Sir David Parks, and the members of the Council administration, along with the PDC, to continue to provide full support to this initiative. I'm deeply interested in the project's outcome for this parish, as we have had recently some very bad experiences with crime and some really bad incidents, and we hope we can help to prevent these from recurring. Ladies and gentlemen, the power a government derives is the power of the people. It is therefore not by chance that today's theme is government and governance, because that represents the heart of what this administration is about. A new partnership for governance as promised in our manifesto. After all, it sets the tone for all that we do. We understand that there can be people without government, but there cannot be government without the people. To put it simply, the power of government is people power. I want to laud the tireless work of the Social Development Commission and the St. Mary Parish Development Committee for keeping the flame of community development and volunteerism alight through consistent focus on the CDC and the DAC's activity. This is in particular regard to the youth empowerment and special focus on literacy, small farming, and other economic projects. I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, that I want St. Mary to be among the top parishes when it comes down to paying your property taxes. I know when people hear about paying anything, especially property taxes, probably falls on the way down the bottom of the agenda. But I want to use this opportunity to implore all of you to pay your taxes and on time. This will ensure that you receive the quality service that you truly deserve. Your taxes, your property taxes, primarily pay your garbage collection, street lighting, as well as to maintain some of your minor roads and green spaces across the parish. In this regard, the total collection of property taxes up to the end of 2012 stood at just under $70 million. This, ladies and gentlemen, is woefully short to satisfy the extensive demand on the system. I must tell you that the accumulated arrears of St. Mary now stands at $151.3 million. Hear that, Mayor Freeman? I therefore implore you all, the good people of St. Mary, to support improved local governance and service delivery by paying your property taxes. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, which falls under this ministry, will be ramping up its anti-litter activities across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to clean up our communities through changing our mindset. And I want to tell you that on my way here, out by Broadgate, I saw two elderly ladies driving in front of me. Now, would you believe that one of them just threw a bottle to the window of the car just like that? I mean, these are things that we have to. And the school children in particular are going to start an aggressive campaign to educate them, and then we are going to bring on the fines to deal with these persons who continue to litter our beautiful country. We are currently reviewing the current anti-litter fines, and we'll be moving actively to prosecute those who continue to discard waste in a wanton and careless manner on the streets, in the gullies, and in other public spaces. I want to commend the PDC for its effort to pay attention to the environment and your plastic bottle recovery project. This indeed is a significant attempt to try to rid us of one of the big problems that we have. Millions of plastic bottles all over the country, choking us on a mountain of plastic. So, Mr. Campbell, I want to commend you. You have my full support. Please call upon me at any time. Let us give you whatever support you require. We are committed to bringing the Port Maria market up to world-class standards. We have a budget of $40 million. And as such, we have partnered with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. And a final technical review meeting is scheduled for tomorrow, February 22nd. Thereafter, we will go to tender. Interestingly, the new Port Maria market will feature a two-story design, where the ground floor will be used for the sale of regular ground provisions, fruits, vegetables, meats, etc. And the second floor will feature specialized retail shops. Approximately $3 million has been spent from the Equalization Fund to repair and upgrade garbage disposal facilities and the roof of the Highgate Market. This is to ensure that a more comfortable environment for vendors and shoppers alike. I want to tell you that the Prime Minister has mandated the ministry to ensure that every market has a facility for the vendors to utilize, because when they are there in the market, they need to be in a sanitary place. And so we are going to ensure vigorously that the facilities, the various sanitary facilities as well as shower facilities are available to the vendors in these markets. As I know that you all have the best interest in your community and the parish and the wider Jamaica at heart, I encourage you all to consult with your councillors, the Social Development Commission officers, the Parish Development Committee, to continue to make the Parish of St. Mary what it is known for: its tenacious people, its creative excellence, and its pristine beauty. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. R. Scott. We're now going to be taking some questions on local government. There is a microphone that is set up in this aisle. We have some ushers who will assist you as you line up. The ushers will assist you. Please go by their direction. So we're now going to be taking some questions on local government. When Dr. Philip speaks, we will take some other questions. But for right now, questions on local government. So if you have questions on local government, would you please go to the microphone, and some ushers are there to help you.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We're going to be asking that you say your name, and if you are from a CDC or a community-based organization, or whichever organization you represent, would you please state it?
My name is Paul Hemmings. I'm pastor at the Highgate Gospel Chapel, right here in Highgate. Well, I want to welcome you all to Highgate, and we are so happy for this forum so we can interface, of course, with the government. Of course, the question is directed to the Honorable Noel Ascott. First of all, I was looking for at least a brief definition of what this local government reform is all about. What will it look like? And I also want to know what are the implications for us as a people. You said it has taken about 20 years or so, yet still we don't have it. It seems as though there's something causing us not to have it at this moment. What are the implications for us today as a people?
Several questions, and then the questions are being typed. They will come to the minister in sections, and then the minister will speak, and you get to ask another set of questions. So ask your questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Vinette Hyatt from Bottom Albany District, Southeast St. Mary. I'm here to beg for the people. Every time that the rain falls, it come over the river and damage our houses and property. Even the same river 20 years ago took the life of one of our own citizens. So I'm here to beg for the people of Bottom Albany to see if the river could get some Gabion baskets so it can take off the water of our properties. And on the other hand, I want to thank Mayor Freeman for the reconstruction of the road to the infirmary. Good work, sir.
Leroy Justin. I'm here to speak about the garbage collection in Highgate. Presently, I understand that there is no vehicle, no truck assigned to the Highgate area. The truck that is being used is a borrowed truck from probably Centon or where. It is not as bad as probably a year ago, but sometimes I go behind the market that being the market closed Friday evening and Thursday morning before it cleared. So we will find out if any plan to get a truck assigned to the Highgate area and its environment.
Good afternoon, comrades and citizens of the country. All right. Thank you all.
All right. Would you please let him ask his question now?
My name is Zedekiah Mignot. I'm a PD leader, also a president for the farmers in my communities in Western St. Mary. And as the local governments ask question now, over time, the farmers' road have been deteriorated so bad to get us our product. And sometimes we have to take it by head because transportation is unable to reach. So therefore, the main burden for the farmers to really keep the agriculture in good production and good health services is to get those roads come up to a certain degree, right? And that's our base, right? Because I love to see community develop. Because we are develop the people that access to facilitate their abilities to move the country forward. Thank you very much.
A pleasant good afternoon to you all. My name is Florence Hamilton from Harmony Hall, president of the youth group from the Gospel Foundation, and a PD captain from PD 82. Well, I know local government is about parochial roads, but for about the past 20 years, I haven't been seeing any road fix on parochial roads in my division. Therefore, we have a road from Heshaw to Harmony Hall, and about 5 years now, those people has been amputated because they have to come from Heshaw. If they want to go just across to Harmony Hall, they cannot walk across because there isn't any road there. The river has come and it has taken away that bridge, and therefore the people don't have any access from Heshaw to Harmony Hall. So I'm glad for this evening that I can talk to you, Mr. Ascott, as Minister of Local Government, to see what you can do, because each time I go and speak to the people, it's like I'm sitting in Parliament, and I know I'm not sitting in Parliament, and the people keep pressuring me. So I would like to get back some answers so that I can bring back to the people in my people. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Allow the questioning. I know we're having a wonderful time, but would you please allow the gentleman to ask his question?
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Morgan. Recently, there was an announcement by the Director of Social Development Commission and Smile Jamaica with regards to the availability of funds for community development. I just think that this forum is a good opportunity for us to inform the people of St. Mary about such a fund and the opportunities that, the business opportunities that may be available through such a fund. Thank you.
Good day. Nice to meet my president, Ms. Portia. From I was 18, I'm voting. First, I've met you personal. I have seen you on TV. I am from Fellowship Hall. My name is Anne-Marie Murray. I have to travel from Big Gate to Mango Valley, Fellowship Hall, Back Markham. I'm asking for your assistance by road, street light. We don't have anywhere for walking in the bush, care water from far. So we need your help. Also on the young people. I see the young people in the community, they'll just sit down, they idle, they need some community, some centers or something to upgrade them. There are enough children and boys leave the art school, but yet still they cannot get in without a certificate, or they need help like educations are low on the reading or so. We're asking you with your kindness, please could think of us and give us a helping. Thank you.
My name is Marjorie Fraser. I am from Chumozert. And the road in Chumozert is very bad. The road broke into one, and not even a vehicle can walk on it. We can drive on it.
All right, we know what she meant. We know what she meant. We know what she meant. Would you please, all right? Yes, sir.
I'm Ronald Mitchell. Could you be silent, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
I'm Ronald Mitchell, the president for the CDC in Clonmel. And I have a question to ask. And I always notice people degrading farming, and I would like to see the government advertise farming as a dignified skill. Because people still in the society believe farming is just something else other than dressing up. You understand? Because not until we can do that, we can really tell people to grow things and they can make a life out of it. And secondly, in our parish, I don't know if anybody have any data, drafted data, on the magnitude of farming in the parish. Because I would like to know if a collaborative group start a production farming can take place so we can have some agency to help us with exportation, so we can draft in more money to the people in the community who do farming. Because farming is too small. It's like gardening that can't help up our pocket. So we need people to help us to farm on a wider scale and group it together then so we can export it and draft in more money and help more people in terms of employment. Please.
A pleasant good afternoon. My name is Gwyneth White. I live in Baileysville. But my concern is the bridge between Free Hill and Baileysville. From the flood, the flood water, it have the bridge. So if you have to travel from Baileysville to Free Hill and walk in, you have to take your shoes off. The Oman River, you have to take your shoes off. Yeah, from no pedestrian bridge. If you have to walk from Baileysville to Free Hill, you have to take your shoes off. Thank you.
Miss, are you talking the fording? Okay, thanks.
Most Honorable Prime Minister of Jamaica, Yes. Ministers of government. My name is Michael Lawton. I am in great regret today because St. Mary has lost one of the greatest mouthpieces, Bishop Noel Walker, former mayor of Port Maria. And if he was alive, he would be right here with us today. Madam Prime Minister and ministers, I am going to be as short as possible. I want to look at soil conservation in the parish of St. Mary. Soil conservation. If you look at Broadgate coming in as you come through the junction, you will notice a slippage. Right behind me in Highgate, the lands are slipping away. If you go through Islington to Port Maria, it is slipping away. In Whitehall, if you go west, Castle Garden, if you go through Gale, it is slipping away. It is urgent that we have a direct policy how we are going to treat soil conservation in the parish of St. Mary. One other point that is more domestic is that the farmers, the banana and planting farmers, are dissatisfied with the distribution of material. That the banana board officers seems to be distributing to them old bodies. And the persons, genuine farmers who have bananas, because them have 1 acre and 2 acre, they are not recognized. So while the European Union funds is very well appreciated, the fact it is not reaching to the small farmers because of the attitude of the officers. Thank you very much.
Honorable Prime Minister, members of Parliament, councillors, Mr. McAtee, my church brother, Custos of St. Mary, my name is Anthony Marsh. I'm a PD captain. I know it is not easy. St. Mary has never let down the People's National Party. Not just local government, but I'm talking on behalf of the entire government. Please remember St. Mary. And I'm asking you, with my MP, Mr. Jolan Silvera, please, I want that man to stand as firm and just do what you have to do, and so that St. Mary can remain the parish of the People's National Party. Thank you.
Madam Prime Minister, ministers, councillors, good afternoon. I am Damar Leleng, Youth Mayor, and I want to talk to Mr. R. Scott about the sporting facilities in St. Mary. I think that I'm the Youth Mayor, and I think that for the youths to move forward, we need to have a little multi-purpose stadium so we can have our own sporting facilities, and that is what I'm lobbying for. Thank you.
pleasant good day. My name is Shaneke Robinson, and the protocol has already been established. I'm from the Islington Division. Well, from Sandy has blown, there has been, the post office has been in a deplorable condition, such as the road, and persons has to travel all the way to Port Maria to get like the part, and the old people to get their pension, and it's very difficult because sometimes when they go to Port Maria, it's not there and they have to go back another day. So I'm asking for your assistance in fixing the road and also the post office. Because, and also the young people, most of them sit down and they dig out their palm, and it is very... As a young lady, I don't like to see it because when I walk on the road, they'll call to me and I don't like it, so I'll just turn away. And they need something to do. They have a community center, but there's nothing going on there, so they definitely need something to do. And we are looking to you as the Prime Minister and also Dr. Maurice Guy as the Member of Parliament for a little help. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marsha Rose. I am from Karen Hall, Western St. Mary. I just want to point out two things. There was a library in my community, and I've always wanted the library service back. So I just one. The second one is we have water supply issue, and I just want it to be dealt with. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Erna Broadba, and I'm from the... No more? Shall I continue? And I'm from the district of Woodside. And I myself am very disturbed about the depopulation of the rural area. And as we know, development cannot happen without people. I'm wondering when we're going to have some sort of program which advertises rural living as attractive so that people can start coming back and seeing that they have a such kind of life that they can live. Please look into this. Thank you.
Before the minister comes, we had 3 ministers who came in after the welcome. Would you please welcome Minister Nita Headley, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for sports. No, man, I better welcome than that, please. Thank you very much. We also have with us Mr. Derek Kelly, Minister of Labour and Social Security of Good St. Mary, welcome. And also that tall gentleman, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, Minister of Health. Please welcome him. And now, Mr. Noel R. Scott will answer your questions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I won't be answering all the questions. We are going to. That's why we have the team here, right? I would like to say, first of all, the question of the local government process. I was explaining earlier in my presentation that most of the things that you face on a day-to-day basis really is addressed at the local government level. And you go to either your mayor or your councillor to try to address them. Now, the reform process has been going on for some time, and some of what has been achieved so far, for example, the creation of Portmore as a municipality, which has the only directly elected mayor in Jamaica, was part of the local government reform process. It came out primarily of agitation by the people of Portmore because they said their circumstances was different from the rest of St. Catherine, and therefore, out of those activities came the Portmore municipality. The legislative process, which I spoke about, is something that we have been working at, and all the work has been done, and it is in the various departments waiting now to be promulgated, and afterward it will go to Parliament for implementation. One of the key things, for example, as I pointed out earlier, is the question of the autonomy of local government. Because at the end of the day, many times, for example, Mayor Freeman in Port Maria and his councillors deal with all the matters, with the markets, with some of the streets, with garbage collection, with the sanitary facilities, all of these things. It is a local government, along with the PDC, and that's why we want the community activities, the PDCs and the community development committees to be active in your area. In one of the legislation, the CDCs and the PDC will be legal entities. And that's one part of the process of local government reform, to recognize these entities as legal so they can operate in the interest of the community. We intend, for example, that the council, when they have their meetings on financial matters, just as in Parliament there's a Public Accounts Committee, so too you'll have a local Public Accounts Committee that you can quiz the mayor and the secretary manager about the expenditure of funds. Because this is one thing to set up and send funds to the council, but there must be accountability, and the government recognizes participation from the citizenry, accountability from the officers, and responsibility on everybody's part. So we work towards those reforms, not only to speak about them, but to put them in the legislative framework. In respect of the garbage collection, units are not necessarily as confined to any one place. And we have been able, for example, we have had to, in many cases, to take a truck from St. Anne's Bay to use in Ocho Rios or vice versa and so on. So the trucks are used anywhere needed. Of course, we all know that we have a significant shortage of resources in the NSWMA. So we use resources available, as well as private sector units are hired when it's available and when you can afford to do it. So the question of vehicles and their assignment, it is really one of fluid that it moves from, depends on where it is needed most. And it's a decision the managers at the local level takes those decisions to move your garbage and to utilize and deploy the units where they are needed. There's one thing in terms of street lights that I want to speak about. We're looking at, in fact, the cabinet has passed a program to look at street lights in Jamaica. In 2013, it is estimated that the street light will cost taxpayers $3 billion. We have embarked and we're looking at a unique program where we can use solar lights, solar energy to power street lights. And if we get that and get it right, then in a few years' time, we won't be having an argument about street lights. We're probably wondering how we're going to put the next one. In the meantime, I'm going to ask you to speak to your councillor about this one. And we have a program where we can allocate in severe cases where the need can be presented, that we can, once the power supply is there, then we can try to allocate, especially if there's an issue of security. The SDC and the expenditure, well, in terms of community development, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that the Prime Minister has mandated is that in speaking about development of the country, we have to speak of rural economic development. And this is one of her strong points, and she'll speak to it, I'm sure, in her speech, that there's no point of concentrating on the towns. The rural communities must be given equal attention, if not more, so that you can play your own rightful part in the economy of the country. So rural development is a process. We expect that the Social Development Commission will be active in terms of organizing the citizens and to get us now to look at how we can really get prosperous rural communities. All right, I pause there, and Mr. Guy.
Thank you, Minister Ascott. Regarding some questions, I'm going to speak as Member of Parliament and also the Minister from the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing. The river training question that came from Bottom Albany, as well as the situation regarding some roads. Even though parochial roads fall under the ambit of the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development, I want to indicate that as recent as last week, Friday, there's a consultation that had been held between the two ministries, and we're going to bring agriculture into it so that we can get a sort of informed position and a decision going forward as how to treat all the roads within the country. Farm roads, parochial roads, and the main roads. So I want you to bear with us a little. The other thing regarding the river training, we know it's a constant problem, and there's part of the North Coast Highway which is also in danger of being undermined by the same river you're talking about. We know that our technical persons have gone and looked at it. The funding is a problem. Regarding the Woman River, that's the one that runs between the housing scheme on the way from Baileysville to Friel and the pedestrian bridge that is there. It is something that we are looking at, and hopefully within the next financial year we can do something about. Tremolsworth Road is also one of those that is getting some attention. Now, the question of soil conservation was raised. And though it is an important issue that mainly the farmers deal with, one of the concerns that we have, or one of the things to note, is that many of the areas that the gentleman spoke